Hey, I want to welcome you guys back to the channel. Today we don't have a whole lot going on as far as orders, so, well, might as well put our printers to use doing some stuff for us. So we're going to go down in the shop, show you what I printed this morning for some shop organization stuff, and after that we're going to get into what our next crafting season is and where we see our product line going. We have a few ideas in the infancy stage for what we're going to do for the next season. So without further ado, let's go down to the shop and see what we got going on in there. Like most other woodworkers, I get my shop to usable and then not much more organized than that. I'll start a project, my organization will go to crap, and it'll take a day like today where I have nothing else planned to come out here and just kind of do some things that I have meant to do for a while. So we have 3 projects that we did down here. We did a thin rip jig. We did a little basket that holds tools on the side of my fence on my table saw. And we finally properly hung up my Craig track saw tracks. So the thin rip jig, I'm going to need that pretty soon because I'm planning on building some real nice knife boards. I'll show a picture here so you can kind of understand what I'm talking about. But I'm going to need some thin strips to do accent pieces inside of there. And I want to be able to bury a magnet to hold a knife. So I'm thinking I really need a thin rip jig, and I've never had one before, so might as well 3D print one and see how it works, see how it comes out. Kind of, it's not my own design. I got it off the internet. I'm not selling it. I'm not selling prints of it or anything. It's for my own personal use. As I was cleaning up, I realized that I probably ought to organize the stuff that's on my table saw. I have a tape measure, pencils, a couple of different push sticks. So normally I would set that in the groove of my table saw fence, but it's constantly, things are getting knocked off of it. So it's time that I build a little basket to hold all of that stuff. And then the Craig track saw tracks, what I've been doing up until now is hanging them from little spring clips behind my miter station. Number one, it's really hard to get to, and number two, it gets filled with, well, sawdust from my miter saw station that doesn't have dust collection. So it's about time that I mount those in a little better spot. So without further ado, let me show you what we got going on. All right, this is the thin rip jig that I printed earlier. What this allows me to do, I printed this little bearing. What this allows me to do is put it in the miter slot on my table saw. I can measure over from the blade. Let's say I want to make, 1/4 inch strips to put into like a cutting board or something like that. I can measure that over 1/4 inch, pull it back so that it's before the blade so I don't have kickback issues. Tighten that down, and it allows me to take a wide board like this, move my fence over till it just contacts the bearing, run that through, and then move the fence over again till it touches the bearing, keep running that through. That's going to give me a nice consistent thin strip. So if I was making a cutting board, or like I'm getting ready to make these knife boards, gives me some really good accent wood. And it's a lot safer than trying to measure between the blade and the fence, which could give me some kickback issues and really just destroy those thin strips. So that's the thin rip jig. I also printed this little box to hold, some of my table saw tools. There's usually a tape measure in here, some pencils, and that just hangs on the side of my fence instead of being in this top groove where they can vibrate out or, whatever, and fall onto my workpiece. When I first printed the thin rip jig, this piece here broke as soon as I tightened it down. And the reason being is because that's printed on a layer line. So when I printed the next one, I just stood it up on a diagonal, put some supports behind it, and this allowed the layer lines to be diagonal and tied all of this in to this bottom piece. So into this bottom piece here, making it a lot stronger. So no issues yet. We'll see how it works. Now let's go take a look at the Craig track saw track holders. It's a lot better than what I had before. I had those clips over there behind the chop saw. It was hard to get to. This will be a lot easier. Well worth the hour it took to print them. Pretty happy with that print. All right, so all of that should help with some shop organization, make it a little bit more efficient, gets things more to where I want them to be. The reason I've had a couple of comments on why I have everything in my shop except for my 3D printers. Well, it's because my shop's not heated. It's currently 32 degrees in here. I have to run RV antifreeze in my CO2 laser tube just to keep it from freezing. So whenever we fire those things up, we have to move them back and forth real slow, get everything warmed up before we can actually get to work. So I didn't want to have to deal with that with the 3D printers, with the heat bed and the hot ends and all that. So they're still upstairs for now until we can get some heat in the garage. Hopefully that's going to be beginning of the year. We're going to have some nice heat in here. We can actually set this up with all of our tools in the same place. All right, so as you can see, we've done a little bit of reorganization in the shop. Now let's go up to the office, to the print farm, and I'll show you what we got cooking for the next season, which for us is Valentine's Day. All right, so one of the things that we've been thinking about doing for Valentine's Day are these 3D printed, they're kind of little vases. They're short, maybe 6 inches tall. Put some fake flowers in there and print some cutesy, 3D print some cutesy, little things to stick in there. I don't know what they're called. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna do a coffee cup with sublimation on it, hearts, witty sayings, for Valentine's Day, whatever. Put some flowers in that. That'd be kind of cute. We've been doing these little keychains, little Smarty keychains, and we're also doing, and I don't have one put together yet. Find one that's easier to see. These little Smarty candy earrings. So Be Mine, Cutie Pie, Kiss Me. Got a bunch of different keychains. So we're starting to put together what our lineup for Valentine's Day is going to be. Of course, we're still doing promotional products, but we want to get in on the crafting side for a couple of craft fairs that are coming up in January. We want to get ahead of that, and we're probably going to do a lot of little flower vases and stuff like that. They're the cheap ones. They're not, what you buy, your wife for your 25th wedding anniversary or anything, but they're cute little things. So we'll do some stuff for these little earrings. Be cute for women to wear in the workplace, or men to wear in the workplace. Just a cute little celebrating Valentine's Day kind of tribute. So that's what we have going currently. We're also experimenting with, and this experiment's kind of gone wrong, but we're experimenting with recycling our Bamboo Labs poops and melting them down in molds to see what we can do with that. So that's kind of neat. It's quite a process, but that's fun. So as you can see, I currently don't have anything going on the printers. Christmas is slowed down. Once people go back to work next week, we expect our promotional products to start picking back up. Laser engraving, laser hats, and then of course getting ready for Valentine's Day. That's what's going on in the print farm today. Not a whole lot, just printing some stuff for the shop and some organization stuff and trying to get ready for whatever the next season is going to be. What are you going to do for Valentine's Day crafts? What do you have in the works? What are some unique items that you've seen sold? Or are you skipping Valentine's Day and going right into planning for Easter? Because whatever it is, you have to plan for the next season, you know, the next crafting season. What's it going to be? You know, Christmas is over. The next one that we see is Valentine's Day. Some people don't do that. They just go right into Easter. And that's fine too. We'll start putting together some Easter stuff pretty soon, probably next month is when we'll start planning for our Easter crafts. So, all right. Thanks for watching. Have a good night.